I just finished watching every UFC and Media Day pre-fight press conference for UFC Vegas 89 this weekend, and today I have a few fighters that I want to talk about. I want to take a look at their headspace. What can we take away from it? Is there anything to really look into, perhaps even from a betting perspective? We're going to take a look at that today in just a second, and timestamps are there if you'd like to skip to any particular fighter. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. Let's start off with Billy Quarantillo. So guys, the biggest takeaway from Billy Quarantillo, honestly, is that the dude is very content. He's very happy with life. He's been talking about like owning a gym, balancing his life with kids. I know his wife is pregnant again. He's going to have another kid. And the thing that I really liked about what he was saying is he was talking about like, this also comes with stress, right? Like, oh my God, I have to be here. I have to take care of this at the gym. I have to do this. I have to do that. And plus I have another kid on the way, and there's a lot going on, right? But the way he's looking at it, and I love this, especially when you're coming to be a fighter, is it's good problems to have. He's happy to have these problems. So with all the stress that he's going through right now, a lot of people could take that and really hinder their performance. Maybe they won't work out as well. Maybe they're just too stressed and not really focused on something in particular. So I really do believe that Billy Quarantillo is in a very good headspace. He's very confident that he can beat anybody in the top 15. He's still motivated. He's ready to go. He wants to make some money. I got a good vibe from Billy Quarantillo in general, guys. I got a really good vibe from him, but there is a fighter who, you know, kind of actually changed my mind a little bit in how I was feeling. And that's Thug Rose Namajunas, because initially Rose Namajunas, and I've been talking about this earlier in the week with my full card breakdown, complete betting guide, I was talking about, hey, do not bet on Rose Namajunas because you don't know what Rose Namajunas is going to show up. The girl seems like a little bit of a mental case, right? But, and I say this with a huge but because she could still very well just go off the rockers, you know what I mean? But she actually came out to the press conference in very good spirits. She was talking about how she was healing from the last fight. Hey, I think it was her pinky finger, she said specifically. One of her fingers she needed to heal. She really wanted to fight this whole time, but there were things that she needed to take care of. So that was something that I was really questioning beforehand. How motivated is she? Because if you listen to any other interviews with her, she didn't really outright say this, but you kind of got the feeling from her in the sense where it's like, okay, she does not want to do this anymore. There are other things that she wants to pursue, right? So she said that she wants to fight. She was talking about her aspirations and why, like, she wants to be champion here. She's being realistic about it. She was talking about she doesn't want to hold the strawweight and flyweight belt at the same time. She just wants to accomplish that goal. She already accomplished so much. She's in a very good headspace at the moment in particular. And another thing she did mention was she was really diving into God. Now, I don't want to sit here and preach to you or anything like that because, of course, there are people who don't believe. There are people who really hate the idea of someone like Rose Namajunas in faith. I'm not here to argue about that. What I am here to say, though, is every single time somebody, well, not every single time, the vast majority of time when people devote themselves to God and really talk about, like, for example, what Rose Namajunas is saying, God has a plan, everything happens for a reason, she's comforted in her loss. The recent loss that she had, she's all like, hey, God has a plan for me. What did he want to teach me? You know? So it just makes people have a little bit of a better headspace in that sense. And I really like what I've seen from Rose in that sense. She is so here for God's plan. She is healing up. She wants to fight. And she talked about flyweight specifically and how she is actually more confident that she can take a punch because her brain's not so dehydrated. And I guess, like, I don't know how it definitely makes a difference. But when it comes to Rose specifically, I don't know how much it'll make a difference because she did seem a little bit undersized, but she says she's been working on that. So all in all, guys, I actually really liked what I saw from Rose Namajunas. But again, I still don't exactly trust her because you have seen the headspaces she was at points in her career. So I am feeling good about her, but I'm still not entirely sure. If you were interested, by the way, check out the members only video to see if I actually ended up placing a bet on her because this changed my mind a little bit on her, guys. Now, guys, somebody that I also wanted to talk about was Karl Williams. Not a lot to talk about with Karl Williams, but he could possibly be injured, okay? He had surgery, and he decided to, because he didn't want to sit around, he decided to do a lot of work around the house, and specifically built a fence. And apparently, that made his recovery a little bit worse. Like, not apparently, it definitely did, but he was talking about that, so I don't know just the specific facts from it, but this is what he was talking about. It took longer for him to recover from his surgery because he decided to build a fence, which is insane to me. So I really do believe effects like that could linger, and maybe it'll show up in the fight. I just don't really, I don't have anything really specific to talk about with Karl Williams, but after this, I could very well see him being injured or even maybe not knowing that he's injured. You get the point. His body is questionable at this point. Speaking of bodies that are questionable though, guys, why don't you check out this video on screen right now, breaking down UFC 300 very early. I'm excited for it. I wanted to talk about the fights. Take a look at it, guys. I will see you either there or in the next one. Take care.